program hour. I decided to stop in at the cemetery. I made the video about JoAnn, so I had to come back to the cemetery and you know, speak on it. We forget where we come from. We forget that we weren't these perfectly flawed grown-ass adults that we became, that are characteristic of the conditions that controlled our lives, our environment, our spouses, our parents, the whole, our friends, everything. All that influenced us to become what we did. You know what I'm saying? Our raging hormones and the whole lot of it. An honest assessment of how we've grown to this point. Because we forget that there's a lot of skeletons in the closet. We forget that there's a lot of bones that we have buried. And we forget that a whole generation of us did what? And I listened to my whole generation and how perfect everyone sounds. But, well, I know I'm not perfect, but you know you're not perfect. But, let's see. I have to slowly walk this, and another thing too is I want to try to find Paul Sr. I know he's back here too, and I haven't been able to find him, so hopefully hopefully he trips me right here, right now, and I find him. I'm pretty sure there's someone who in the family would know exactly, or someone who would know exactly where Paul Edward Trujillo Sr. is buried. But I can't forget that I'm looking for JoAnn though. And I may have already passed her. Nope. You see? Do we see? This is all I have to give. I find it over there. I have pictures on my Facebook with that rose. But there's our beloved daughter and sister. Do you remember the time? Huh? Do you remember the time? August 1983. Well, you're teaching your daughters to be what? To do what? To be like you, or better than you? Like, I would not allow my daughter to dress the way you women allow your daughters to dress. I would not allow them to conduct themselves the way they do. But you know what, though? It's reflective and reflected in you first. When we go back and remember where we come from, right? When we're honest about the shit we've done in life. See, because thus far I'm the only one who's been honest enough about it. You understand? And it's time that we all face that, man. Stop trying to bury it. Stop trying to, you know what I mean? Like, there was mistakes made. There was mistakes made. And people want to act as if those mistakes were never made. I don't even know who this is. And you know, people want to act like it was never done. And then when we see these cycles repeating themselves in our children, we can't even realize that it began with us or our parents or whatever because that's what we lied to ourselves. That's what we don't want to be known about ourselves. That's what we deny. And I ask the question all the time of people, when you tell a lie, who's the first person that you lied to? You lied to yourself, in fact, first. Because you must conceive of the lie before you tell it. You must foretell it to yourself. You must forecast it amongst yourself, and you must predict whether or not that lie that you're going to tell that person is going to convince them of what it is you're trying to convince them of, in fact. Are you convinced that I'm at the cemetery? How it make you feel in your stomach? Could you sit here in the dark like this alone in the cemetery, amongst your people, the living amongst the dead? How would you feel? Could you come spend the night with them? Huh? I'm still looking for my OG, man. I remember when Big Paul, he used to have his truck parked in the dirt in front of Grandma Sophie's. Take up our little marble space, and we'd be up there jumping up and down around on this truck. He'd have that 8-tracks converter thing you plug into the 8-tracks, and you could put the tape in it, and it'd be bumping. He let us run around, jump around and shit. He loved Paul, he loved PJ. Güerito, güerichi. I'm just coming here trying to raise the dead. Let me see if I can get one come up, chop it up with me. Let's see what's chilling. Let's see what's going on with another villain. I'm just here, you know what I'm saying? Hey. It's crazy how I won't be wanting to find somebody. It takes a long time. I had to walk before I find them. And then like my brother say, he right there by JoAnn. Oh shit, man, I don't mind walking this all night long doing this. I think this is the last place I'm gonna be screwed. Somebody came through and did that. That's cool though. Just came through. I'm actually gonna have to go back and pour some water on JoAnn's, cause I got water on me. I haven't even drank none, so I don't know how far back I gotta go before I find Paul. He's trying to trip me, bro. He ain't trying to holler right now. Would you trip out if just you see the ghost? I won't be surprised. Here he is, OG Paul. Look for PJ right here. If he sees this in there, come to see him for you, brother. I know you mad at me, but you know, if you get a chance to see this in there, his pops, bro. You know what I mean? There's your dad, bro. I have to go get JoAnn's again, because I don't know if you can see it. make sure you can see, because I can't see the camera angle from there, but I'm gonna walk back and I almost fell in somebody's head. And you know, that's another tragic story. I don't know if I'd be able to find any clippings on that one, because at that time there was so much, the news was so saturated with negative, all kinds of bad shit that was happening. Too many murders were not making the news or even the papers. You know what I mean? We lived through some dark days, but you know, those that are familiar with OG Paul's with his tragic death, his shootings, killing, it was retaliation. It was retaliation for a sexual assault. Let's keep it 100 while we're back here walking this track right here, because that's what it's about. It's about sitting a teenage girl on your couch with a boy, and what you're enabling, what you're training them. You're trying to get them to be just as fast as you. So I just want to make sure that just to give it to you raw and uncut. You know what I mean? We made mistakes as kids, and we allowed our kids to further in those mistakes because we think it's cool. First and foremost, if you got boys and you trying to teach your boys to go be doing that, be disrespectful to girls like that, and that's their aim and their ambition, to go get them some pussy and play ball, play games, bro, come on, man. Come on, man. That's the thing. That's what happened with kids having kids. See, I was of age. I was what, 25, 24, 25. I was like, he's born like, well, so many weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, before my birthday. So, and even then, I still had that mentality of, so I'm knowing if you guys was having kids way back and like that, now when I look at it, it's like, yeah, it all makes sense to me to see what I do. To have to come here, and walk this place for the homies, that we all got people here, and you know, me walking here, you're thinking about them. And it's a cold piece, because you know, ain't nothing you could do to him. They won't let you. You can come here. Oh, you see what I'm saying? And it's with all due respect, like I said, you know what I mean? We're not giving a greater consideration to what's going on, man. And with this gang shit, I mean, come on, man. Like, that's a no-brainer now. That is really a no-brainer now. For real, it's like, it's really a no-brainer now. But let me leave you with these last images, because I gotta head back. You know what I mean?